Have you ever closed a trade due to emotions just to see that trade end up going in your direction you're trading? I put this question out in the AceFX Discord the other day and on my Instagram, and a fair few people came forward saying they do this exact same thing and they never hold their trades longer than they should. They close it out due to emotion. So in this video, I'm going to give you some value, some tips and tricks on what you can do to hold your profits for longer. One of the things I struggled with in the early days of my trading was closing trades due to emotion. Now, one of the biggest things this video is going to be surrounding is monetary value. Trading is emotional. You're making a lot of money depending on the account size. And one thing a trader should never do, especially if you struggle holding your profits, is watching the P&L tick over. This is where things got complicated for me in the early days of my trading, because if I was up, say 1%, so let's just run off a $100,000 account. And if you're risking 1% per trade and you're up 1% on the trade, it's $1,000. Now, to a lot of people, that is a lot of money. And if you are watching that P&L and you go up to $1,000 and then it comes back down to 700, 650, 500, you're gonna get emotions involved and you're gonna close out the trade because you're simply paying attention to the monetary figure of the trade. You aren't actually following statistical proven edge that has been proven to make you money over the long term. The biggest thing for me was watching a trade go up 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, and then coming back down. When I was watching that P&L, it really does kind of mess with you if you aren't following a systematic process with correct trade management, correct risk management and position sizing, and it can really interfere with your trading and you're just gonna pull the profits because you're thinking of the outcome. You're very outcome focused and not process driven. I say this in many videos, if you are outcome driven and you wanna make that $1,000, that $2,000, unfortunately, you're not gonna follow the process correctly and it's gonna hinder your results. So the biggest thing I can advise for new traders or struggling traders, or if you can't hold your profits for longer, get rid of the P&L and focus on percentage, focus on systematic approach, focus on the back testing. In this video, I'm going to show you some back testing results and how to gain confidence so you can follow a system and more or less hold your trades and your profits for longer. Of course, the emotion that comes into play here is fear. You are focused, like I was saying, you are focused on an outcome, you are focused on making the money, you are focused on not losing the money that's on the table. So you simply close the trade and pocket your profits. Now, I've done this in the past, like I said earlier, in the beginning days of my trading, this was kind of how I traded. I would place a trade, getting the direction was simple, and I couldn't hold the trades. I simply couldn't hold them to 1.5R, 2R, 3R and let them play out. When I say 1R, 1.5R, I mean R multiples. So with any trading or good trading system, you want to aim for at least 1.5R minimum, which means if you risk $1, you want to be getting $1.50 in return. This is statistically an edge that will make you profitable over a long period of time with probabilities in your favor. So when you are fearful in your trading and you see you're in profit, you look at the money and you start thinking about the outcome, you're just gonna jeopardize and sabotage your performance by simply closing out the trade purely because of emotions. And as most good traders know, emotions have no place in trading, especially if you want to be in this game for the long term and you want to be successful at it and make it your full-time income. On the flip side of the emotions, you have greed. With fear and greed, with greed, you don't take profits. You think if you're buying a stock, a currency pair or crypto, you think it's gonna moon, you think it's gonna go in your direction and you're not taking profits. And the next thing that happens is the trade comes down and stops you out for a loss. This can be in a very emotional cycle that a lot of traders end up in, where fear and greed conflict with each other and you don't have a systematic, profitable risk management strategy in your trade plan. I stress this so much about a systematic edge in trading for new traders or struggling traders. When you're 10, 15 years in the game, then you can start becoming a bit more discretion trading and going by feel of things, because I guess you have more experience, you have more knowledge, and you understand what's happening inside the market. But if your number one goal is to become consistently profitable, you need to be following a systematic edge. You need to have rules-based system in front of you that you follow, not just your entry, how to enter, where to put your stop loss, and where to take profits. You need trade management, system management. How do you manage those trades? How do you keep your the losing trades less, and how do you let your winning trades take more profit? And the best way you can do that is by backtesting. So having a backtested and proven system to know the probabilities, how far those trades go in your favor. One thing I want to quickly bring your attention to is some data from backtesting the AceFX systems. And in this spreadsheet, I have over 250 trades logged of the AceFX A1 system. And one thing I was tracking when I was testing is how far did the trade move based on the system. So the entry signal is a candle formation of a significant EMA. And when that entry signal presented itself with all the parameters aligned, you would take the trade, and then I would monitor how far that trade would progress in our favor. You can see I started to track 1R at the top here. I started to track 1.5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the peak. So how far did that trade move before it ended up coming back to the entry price? So you can see in this testing here, 5R obviously doesn't get hit very often. But once again, 5R means if you risk $10, you would get $50 in return. And then 4R, risk $10, get $40 in return. So you can see the risk to reward profile as it goes up is obviously more profitable, but is less likely to happen. And let's say if you're targeting 1R, you can see it's more probable that the trades would hit 1R, so risking $10 to make $10. But you got to remember, your system needs a high strike rate for that to happen, which means you need a more than 50% win rate for one-to-one risk to reward profile trades to make you profitable consistently over a period of time. I'll put a risk to reward infographic on the screen so you guys can see that. When I was testing the trades, you can see that 2R and 3R were very consistent at getting hit. So you can see like we have over here where 3R got hit, 2R got hit, but 3R didn't. And you can see the consistency. So in this case, why would you be pulling the trade at 2R when probabilities and backtesting tell us the trade can easily hit 3R, which would make us more profitable? Backtesting has always been a great way to gain confidence in the system and remove emotions from your trading. I preach this in so many of my videos. It makes you more process driven than outcome. So not that we never know the outcome, but probabilities say that the trade could easily hit 2R or 3R. When the trade gets momentum, gets to 1R, 1.5R, we're not freaking out looking at the P&L thinking we're at 1,000, we're at 1,500. Should I pull the trade? What should I do next? You need to have that written down in your trade plan. If you're pulling profits or taking partials at a certain R multiple, like you take partials at 1.5, or you manage to trade at a fixed take profit. So you have your entry, your stop loss, and you take profit at, let's say 2R, you let that trade play out. Now, of course, there are other variables you can put in there, but once again, simple is better. The other day, I had a discussion in the AceFX community Discord about trade management. Now, there's a few members in there that we all kind of have different opinions, and neither one of us are right or wrong. And as a trader, I'm always, even though I'm consistently profitable, I'm always open to learning and further educating myself on new ideas and trying to improve my trading. Once again, if you're not improving on your trading, you are stagnant and you're never going to be kind of growing or moving forward. Even if you are consistently profitable, you should always strive for further education, furthering your knowledge and becoming better, even if it's that 1% every single day. The one thing I am mostly trying to improve in my trading with the AceFX system, the A1, the D1, and the D2. So the three systems that Austin Silver teaches, they are tested, proven systems, back tested, and they are profitable over time. And we can stack different parameters in our favor to increase or decrease the probabilities of those trades. One thing that I'm trying to improve on is my trade management and getting more out of the trade and not leaving so much money on the table. My trading personality is I like to win more than I lose. And if I can prevent myself from taking losses, then it makes me a better trader because I don't get too emotional. I don't start revenge trading, and it keeps my head clear of, when I take consistent small wins. One thing I'm working towards is holding trades longer. And although I do kind of wait for my trades to hit those certain R multiples, I do have a specific set of rules of trade management that I use in my trading. One thing that does make it a little bit confusing is I have different trade management rules for different grades of the setup of the trade. So at ASFX, we grade the setups A, B, and C, and basically that means the probabilities of the trade going in our favor. A means high probability, B is kind of the middle ground, and C means low probability. So of course, I have different risk management strategies for each grade, meaning if I take a C setup, I'm gonna manage that a lot more tighter than I would with a grade setup. So between all those three concepts that we just discussed in this video, so not looking at your P&L while you're in the trade, backtesting to gain confidence and find the average R multiple that the trade performs at, and trade management. All those three things combined will help you hold profits so you become more profitable over time. Once again, as soon as we let those emotions into our trading plan and our trading, we are simply just going to jeopardize the whole thing, and we're not going to be as profitable as we can. We may even deteriorate the expectancy of our system. Just to recap those three things, so you don't look at your P&L. When you're in the trade, focus on the percentage or the pips and the trade at hand. If you have a systematic approach, which you should be if you are a new trader or struggling trader, you need to know where you're getting in, where you're putting your stop loss, and how the system performs, which means what's going to happen next. We never know, but based on probabilities, we have a good chance and good knowledge of knowing what may happen next. Number two is backtesting. Know how the system performs, like I just said. If you know the system, how it performs based on your entry signal, then you're going to be able to hold the trades until a fixed take profit. So if you have your take profit at 2R, 2.5, 3R, if the system more likely than not will hit those R multiples, then simply hold them. You know that there's a high probability of that happening. If your system says so, let the probabilities play out in your favor, and you'll just be profitable over 100 trades. And number three is trade management. You don't want to let your emotions manage your trades, because that is the worst thing any trader can do. If you like the idea of grading your trade setups and position sizing accordingly based to the grade, then maybe start implementing something like that into your trading. If you're one of those traders that want to go more of a set and forget type of route, which once again, there is nothing wrong with it. As you can see, the probabilities of the ASFX system, you can definitely do that, because you can see 2R and 3R are more probable of getting hit than 4 or 5. So if you want to set a take profit at 2R or in between 2.5R, you know over time the probability of your take profit getting hit is higher than it not getting hit. Whereas if you wanted to go for 5R fixed take profit without managing the trade, you know more times than not you're going to get stopped out, resulting in less profitability. So I hope you guys got some value in this video. I just want to take a minute to give a quick shout out to all my new YouTube subscribers. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for the love and support. The channel is growing slow and steady, and I love providing this value to you. I get a lot of messages on my Instagram from people coming from YouTube platform saying, how great the content was, and that I'm providing value, which is as long as I can help one person here, then job fulfilled for me. So I appreciate the love. I appreciate you all being here, especially if you stuck to the end of the video. If you got any value out of this video, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you get notified for future videos. Once again, I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you all in the next video.